clothes and I have nothing to wear.
Now, in addition to choosing my outfit for the first day, I also had to decide what clothes I needed to take for our orientation trip to Zurich. In the end, I chose this combination to wear on the first day, mainly because the top was really cute with some detailing on the collar, and these pants have pockets that can fit my entire arm. Yep, my entire arm. I was also trying out a few shoes just to see which ones would vibe with my mood as well as with the outfit, and just having a lot of fun really trying on all these different clothes. I was also super excited, and this was around 11 PM, so again I was also delirious from the lack of sleep, but just really excited for the day ahead.
Looked at the new shoes. You look. Here's Albeit.
I decided to walk to the station given that the weather was very pleasant, however I ended up sweating profusely on the train right there. I also took the wrong exit, which meant that I had to walk 15 minutes to get to the office. I saw a dog on the way there, so that was quite wonderful, and after getting my papers checked, we ended up going to lunch on the 8th floor. Now, this is where the amazing balcony view is of the London office. The people were great, the view was gorgeous, and the seat was boiling. Oh my goodness. It was also my steppartner's birthday, and our manager was kind enough to buy a cake for all of us to have. That was extremely delicious. I ended up conking out at around 7 PM because I had a lot to do the next day.
So, just had my driving test. Pass. Second time round. You know. Now watch out, I'm a menace on the road. Wahaha. I just had to run some errands and I'm walking like a damned pedestrian because I don't actually drive yet. I'm not on an insurance. Yeah, gonna go back, finish packing and head to the airport.
So there was some kerfuffle with my boarding ticket, as it turned out that I never got the actual email to check into my flight. But fortunately my recruiter was an absolute star and just dealt with the whole thing. Although it was quite stressful going to bed, not knowing whether I'd be able to go onto this trip or not. But now it was all fine, the sun was shining, I was happy because I passed my driving test, and just really excited for the trip. All I had to do was pack two things, my intern hat and my intern t-shirt, and I failed to pack either one during this entire thing, I don't know why. So there I was at the bus stop, just wondering whether it'd be worth going home to pack either one, but in the end I decided it probably wasn't the smartest idea, as I would have missed my flight if I did that. So I got on the tube and I took the long commute down to Heathrow, but fortunately this train carriage was air conditioned. Look at me, that's me happy because of the air conditioning. It was a very long ride down to Heathrow, but I met Blair on the way and we ended up reaching the airport in really good time, and I mean like 2 hours early. So I did what any sane person would do and took some quick bathroom selfies. We met up with the other interns and I saw a few cool statues around as well. I also saw this Rolex shop that reminded me of an iconic moment in recent times. We ended up boarding soon after that, and I was really preoccupied with the BTS World game and also frantically trying to capture as much footage as I could. I was also pleasantly surprised by the snack and the chocolates we received on the plane right there. Subject. After that very short flight, all of the interns regrouped on the other side and we took a vote whether to walk to our hotel or take public transport. Now, given that we were fresh-faced interns and we didn't really know what the travel budget is, we decided to walk just to be on the safe side, which I'm very glad we did because we got to explore a bit of the city and just take in all the views and the vibe of the entire environment, given that I don't think any of us had been to Zurich before. Before I knew it, we had arrived at the hotel and we were getting checked in and getting relaxed after that tiresome 30-minute walk. We ended up getting dinner.
I'd get a Are you actually making a vlog out of this?
Yes, June, I'm making a vlog out of this.
This was a mistake.
Well, maybe your face was a mistake, but I'm going to bed now because it was a very long day. I'd been awake for 18 hours. Right now, I just wanted to sleep. Training was going great. Everything that I was eating was super delicious, and the entire office just looked like an art gallery. The London interns decided that we wanted to go to the central station during our lunch break just to get the 3-day travel pass so we didn't have to walk to the office. However, that meant we ended up having to run back because the queue was so long. This is me realizing my results were coming out that day and freaking out about it. But they turned out fine, and we ended up just roaming around the city after a day of training was completed. We saw this really cool statue at the station, as well as all these wonderful buildings and works of architecture placed all around the city. There was also a photo challenge with the other interns as well, where you have to go to all these monuments, take pictures with your teammates, and you get points depending on that. So kind of like a scavenger hunt. Now, this was quite exciting for me because I was super freaking out over a Tesla shop. No, I've never seen a Tesla shop! Zurich was wonderful. After on the other side of the bridge, we just started roaming around through all the little streets and just seeing where the night took us. Me and June also ended up meeting a friend of ours, Penelope. However, I don't have any footage from that, although it did take us half an hour to figure out where I was. It was day 2 of our orientation in Zurich, and the lack of sleep from the past few days was catching up to me. As you can see, my eye bags are incredibly prominent. Now, apart from the meals that would be prepared during lunchtime, we were also given numerous snacks throughout the day. I mean, look at all these. Look at all the snacks. Like, I ate every single one, honestly. At the end of the day, we went boating, and it was such a pleasant activity to do. It was hot, but the water breeze was kind of cool, and sipping on an Aperol Spritz just made it all come together. We also saw a guy jump off a dive board, and we soon realized it was Zurich that weekend. This meant that the entirety of Zurich was getting ready for a weekend-long festival, and in true Zurich fashion, all the interns just gathered together, and we had a little picnic on the grass next to the venues where they were setting up. After that, we decided to head on over to this bar, which was super cool. I'm not sure what it was called, but it had a lake in the middle, which was honestly just incredible. After the sun went down and the alcohol kicked in, we started getting crazy, and one by one we started jumping into the water. It was quite an experience, I must say. We were soaking wet by the end of it, but I think it was all worth it for the memories. After last night, everyone was a bit worn down and tired and just getting on with the day ahead. We took a photo for the picture challenge and ended up going to another office to take the group photo.
On go!
3, 2, 1, go!
It's for the vlog.
So they ended up having a few spare hats for the picture because they always preempt people like me forgetting theirs. We went to TGIF, and after a few beers we decided to explore the office. Now, some features of this office included a slide that led all the way down into the dining area, as well as this funky mirror that me and Maria were really digging. After exploring the office, we decided to head on over to Zurich and find a quiet spot where we could all just sort of put our stuff down and just enjoy the vibe. We saw these really cool planes, there was lots of different music playing and lots of different acts being performed all the way along the waterfront, and it was just really cool environment because it was a party no matter where you looked. Now, the night was still young and there was a 45-minute fireworks display to go. Actually, it was during this that Maria lost her bag. Now, we were all very drunk and we were looking around to find her bag. I found our bag 10 paces away. Someone had already rifled through it, but fortunately only stole a bit of cash, but all of her ID cards and stuff was still in there. We decided to head back around 1 AM and I was still quite inebriated and just vibing along to the music, as well as just in the mood for a party, really. And so the day finally came when we had to leave Zurich. But by the time I'm recording this voiceover, it's actually been 10 months since this trip. Currently, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and editing these videos now has just made me more aware of what we had and more appreciative of what we were able to do back then, as well as enlightening me with a newfound hope of what to look forward to once all this is over. I hope everyone is staying healthy. I hope your friends and family are doing well. And I hope that you are doing something that brings you joy during these trying times. Take care of yourselves, and it's been a pleasure.